Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. I just finished this game and oh my god. I'm kind of hating the game right now. Maybe that will change in the future, but right now I am very pissed off with this game. And we'll start to run and I'll explain as we go. But yeah, this is Mushihimesama, the first one, not Futari, original mode. And before starting, I read people say, well, this game is kind of like the Toa Plan mode where the bullet speeds are faster and the density is lower. And then I thought, well, that's great. Like, I wanted, you know, I want to, get some more clears in my curriculum, so to speak. And after DOJ, I'm kind of wanting something a little bit more chill. Escaluda was kind of that, and then following up on it. And I'm not commenting the gameplay here on stage one because like it's, as you guys can see, it's kind of tame at this point. There is a guide that I use is by Velgard. I'm gonna link it in the description. Excellent guide. Pun didn't have one this time, which is fine. But yeah, the thing with this game is that there's two things really. First, stage one, stage two. Yeah, stage two up until I wouldn't count the mid boss and the boss, but stage two as a whole, except for those two things, I kind of they're just there, you know. So it's pretty chill, which is nice. I mean, if you're in the arcade, that's cool because you put in the quarter, and then you get some gameplay time out of your quarter, especially if you're starting. But if you're here in the emulator, trying to get the clear and everything, and now every time you restart, I'm like, oh my god, here comes these two stages again. And it's kind of whatever, but I guess this comes with the territory. You really can't avoid that. If you have a game that's like all speed all the time, kind of like, as I hear, Ketsui or DOJ. DOJ, just the first half of the first stage is really free, the rest is already starting for real. Then yeah. But in that sense, I kind of prefer DOJ because, it's every time, every second of gameplay is counting. With this boss here, you can already see that the bullet speeds are kind of crazy in this game, actually. It's not Psycho level. Like you really have some semblance of okay, I can try to dodge this, but otherwise you really gotta know and reflex dodge stuff. And I'm terrible at reflex dodging, as I discovered trying to clear this game. Complexities wise, this game is, I would say, the simplest so far. Yeah, it's even simpler than the first Dodonpachi if you think about it, because Dodonpachi has the chaining for the score system. So I had to engage with the chaining in stage 1, stage 2 a little bit to get a second extend. Whereas in this game you get one extend, I think, at 2.5 million points and the other one at 5 million points. And there wasn't a single clear, even the first one, where I was just credit feeding to see what the game had. I got you 5 million points every single time. So it's like, okay, never mind, then you just forget about the score and just shoot stuff and try to stay alive. And that takes interest out of the first stages, because you're just going through the motion. You don't have to chain and whatnot. I started bombing this mid boss here because that fast pattern on the first one was getting me sometimes, and it was reset. I'm like, you know what? Never mind. Just spam the bomb here. It's okay. And yeah, what happened with this game is that it's very easy to make mistakes in quote-unquote easy parts of the game, So stage 3 was the bane of my existence, for example, because I memorized the stage, but every time like some enemy would come from the side and blindside me, or something would happen, I would lose one life, maybe even two, and then already demoralized for the rest of them, like, oh my god, I needed these lives for stage 5. So, but I didn't reset because who knows, maybe I clear still. And in this game that you're seeing right now, this clear that you're seeing right now it's 10 a.m. I started playing at 6 a.m. today, and then I took my kids to school, and then I came back and had breakfast. So I've been playing, I would say, 2.5 hours straight. Well, not straight, like I had a pause, but And it's just like I woke up today, I was like, this game is done. Because the game is quite easy to learn compared to other games I found. Even Escalade, I found this game much easier to learn and memorize, because the thing is that the bullet patterns are less dense, and so there's not a lot to learn, you know, like, okay, there's this pattern, there's that pattern, and other than that, you just have to dodge stuff. And I don't know, sometimes I dodge stuff, oftentimes I don't. So what happens is that I kept resetting and resetting. I get to stage 3, and then I lose 2 lives. I keep going, and then I lose in stage 4. But then, I think since 2 days ago, I've been playing, give or take, like 2 hours a day, I want to say. And then, since 2 days ago, I was like consistently on every first credit, getting to stage 5 and then dying in the middle of the stage, or getting to stage 5 and dying at the tail end of the stage, or getting to stage 5 and getting to the final boss. I got to the final boss, I want to say, what, like 5-6 times? Kind of like that. But then I got there with very little resources, like on my last life with like 2 bombs. And the last boss is not hard, as you guys will see. But I mean, you still do need some resources. I would say like 4 bombs would be a sweet spot for me. So yeah. And here we are in stage 3. Stage 3 is really where the game picks up in earnest. I'm using formation here. Formation is really nice for basically the stage portions of the game, because you have a lot of coverage if you're not pressing the button. There's a trick here, which is the super shot. Velgard teaches how to do it very well in his game. Basically what I did here was that I put button 1, which is the regular fire, in auto fire mode, and then at all times it's being pressed really fast. And then I hold button 3, which is the game auto fire mode, to basically condense the options and the regular shot, so you do 1.5 extra or I think it's 1.5 times damage, or 2 times damage. I think it's 1.5. So if you're like fighting a boss or trying to destroy a big enemy like I'm doing here, then it's really nice to have the super shot. But otherwise you want to keep the options spread so you have more coverage. Now this part here, let's see, I already, like, most of stage 3 is gone and I'm not commenting stuff. To this point here, I'd say that it's pretty memorizable. I got to this point without dying. I don't want to say guaranteed, but oftentimes. Now, when this enemy shows up, frequently I will die, because he shoots a bunch of spread bullets, and it's really easy to overlap with the Zackos, the blue Zackos that are coming off the big enemy there all the time, so it's easy to get caught out. Otherwise, in these lateral parts, you just like count 1, 2, 3, left, 1, 2, 3, right, and keep doing it. Now we are fully optioned. We have all 4 options in information spread. And yeah, as you can see, like 1, 2, 3, left, 1, 2, 3, right, it's pretty free. Now, once we transition to the middle, another one of those enemies is going to show up. I think we're going to bomb. I didn't bomb, alright. I was usually bombing here because it was very easy to get. And plus you get a free bomb after that. Now this part here, usually I want to, dodge a little bit. Once the radial spreads start, then you bomb to end this phase. Can get pretty tricky. And coming up is the secret extend in this game. There usually is one secret extend, right? So what you gotta do here is that there's the head of the enemy, and there's 4 appendages on each side. You want to kill all the 8 appendages, and then the head, and you get the thing. What you want to do there is just like focus shot one of the sides, and then bomb to transition to the other side safely, and then kill those other things, and finally the head. And there you go. I got lucky there in that the circular spread was not in front of me, so that was nice. Now stage 3 boss. This boss I was usually using 2 bombs on it for the second phase. The first phase is like pretty tame. It's just left to right side dodging here. It's not too bad. This reminds me a bit of the Dodonpachi stage 3 boss, and that's just throwing a bunch of stuff and you have to keep lateral dodging. Now this part here, usually I was using 2 bombs. I only have 1 bomb here, as you can see. So I'm gonna like dodge the first 4 and then bomb to avoid the rest of the phase. I got extremely lucky there. Extremely lucky. And then this final one is pretty decent. The circular donut patterns are just like the stage 4 boss in Escaluda, so that's nice. This is actually the first run that I ever got without dying a single time in stage 3, so I was like, you know what, maybe this is the one, because I usually died one time in stage 3. If I died 2 times, I didn't reset still, but I was like pretty, knowing what was coming for me next. Now one thing that is true here, it's true in every game that I play apparently, is that when I have no bombs, I'm playing, less stressed. And this this game, the bombs didn't count for much for me, to be honest with you, because usually when you're playing like Dodonpachi or Esgaluda or DOJ, the bullet speeds are such that you can try dodging stuff, and then you get pinned into a corner, you see the bullets coming, you're like, okay, I am dead here. There's no way out. Then you bomb. That's good. Now in this game, the bullets are so fast that more often than not, like, I don't know that the death is coming, I'm just dodging, okay, there's this enemy there, and then some other enemy comes from the side, bam, kills me, and then I'm dead. And I'm dead with like three bombs in stock. That's pretty obnoxious. Oh, first part, actually, I think stage 4, if you ask me, once you know the trick in the final part there, which I'll talk about in a bit, but stage 4 is easier than stage 3, like hands down for me. We switched to Trace right now, as recommended by Velgard. Now this part here is really fun, like you do 6 dodges, side to side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Usually I like having a bomb for this part, but as you can see I have no bomb, so I'm gonna straight dodge. It's not too bad to dodge this, it's doable. And now the dragon section is coming up. There's, I think, 2 or 3 of the green enemies that are gonna show up before. Yeah, so it's gonna be like with enough repetition you memorize where all the green enemies are, which is happening with me here. I like already know it's coming and I'm holding focus shot beforehand. Now the dragon section, the first time I did this, I don't know if it's a dragonfly or whatever, it's like a flying thingy. First time I did this in the credit feed run, I was trying to, do the section legit, and I thought, man, this is impossible. It's because at one point they're gonna come like 2 dragons, more than once, and they're just shooting at you from all sides. But then, actually, as it turns out, if you just stay on the bottom right of the screen, it's all good. You can just chill there and it's fine. As you can see, I'm always staying there. I maybe get out a little bit to kill some Zackos, and then I cycle right back. If you kill the tail of the enemies, then they do a bullet cancel, which really doesn't help that much. I thought it would help me a bit more, but not really. And basically every time what you want to do is when you have a breather, you just go to the left, you spread the options, because these are in the other pattern there. And very carefully I'm positioning here. I died to this one so many times because I was moving like too fast to the right and then hitting the fins, the blue fins, the head, everything has collision except for the neck of the enemy. Everything has collision, so you can't hit your body or your ship against that. Somehow I didn't die still. Like I'm pretty hype at this point. I'm not gonna lie. I'm doing this run. I finished this like 20 minutes ago, so I'm like, well, maybe I can beat it this time, because I was pretty done with this game. Because the ways that you die in this game feel unfair because the bullet speed, at least for me, that is such a dumb mistake. Such a dumb mistake. Okay, phase 2. This one is really easy, like left, right, left, and then like I have 3 bombs here, and I've lost enough runs at this point where I'm like, you know what? I would rather use all my bombs, even if a part is easy, than die with bombs in stock. So yeah, that's my policy right now. So I died once in stage 4. I would say that a typical run here would be like dying once in stage 3, dying once in stage 4. So I'd enter stage 5 with 3 lives in stock. And a bad run would be like entering with 2 lives. When I enter with 2 lives, I pretty much know, yeah, it's not happening. Like, I'm gonna play it out, because who knows. Otherwise, stage 5 is, I don't know, the more rush like stage in the game, kind of like stage 5 Dodonpachi a little bit. It's hard for me to say if this is harder or that is harder, because the bullet density in Dodonpachi is much higher, especially in like Hollow Hell and that kind of stuff. But the bullet speed here is so much faster that usually you can't even see what's hitting you. So here I have one bomb. I'm considering using the bomb, but at the same time I'm like, okay, these parts I can do, for example, these plants that open up their mouth, you just like go all the way to the side and then up, and you can misdirect the bullets and do quite enough. So yeah, killing the Zakos in this game is like extremely important. They are super obnoxious, the small enemies. Usually they're kind of whatever in other games, but in this game they shoot very fast. And the bullets are super small, so it's hard to miss them as you're looking. This first section is going really well for me. I'm kind of hyped. And then I got caught out there. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna bomb. This is one of the very rare parts in the game that there is slowdown, which helps tremendously because this part was full speed, would be really hard. But with the slowdown, it's pretty trivial to just do the side dodges. Now, stage 5 mid-boss, I hate this mid-boss because the first attack, it is simple, but it covers a lot of area. So, I don't know, I got there. Now I'm back to, I have 3 bombs. I'm gonna use the bombs before I do anything else. So that's the policy right now. It's like, this pattern is dodgeable, for sure, but I'd rather use the bombs right now. There's gonna be a Zako rush coming from the top. So I'm already positioning for it. I forgot, it should have been on the right actually. It worked out well in the end. Now the second part of stage 5 is really hard. There's these giant beetles that shoot all around that one. This is just a mess. I have no bombs right now, which is actually helping me a little bit because I'm kind of unconcerned. I'm like, well, I guess I'm already dead here, so I'll try my best. These flying blue beetle enemies, they're surprisingly easy for this point in the game. Not a problem at all. Yeah, but I mean, fine. Every time you kill one of the big beetles, you get bullet cancel, which is nice. I'm kind of tense because I have 3 bombs in stock. I'm thinking when I'm gonna use the bombs because I don't want to die with them in stock. I'm gonna actually stop here. Because this is frequently what happens. Like if you check here, okay, there's this guy here, okay? So I'm focusing on him. Usually what I do with these guys is just I smack dab in the middle and then you just strafe left or right, doesn't matter. Just step dodging and then they miss you and it's fine. But what's gonna happen is that some enemies are gonna come from this side here and they're gonna shoot at me and it's gonna barely miss me. Check it out. Look at this. Look at this. This is just... So here, you're focusing here, you're looking at this point in the screen, and then this guy shows up, and like the amount of reaction time that you have is... It's impossible. What the hell is going on? Like you have less than a second to realize that the enemy is on screen, and then get shot at and dodge somehow. This is total and utter luck on my part here. I'm just strafing and somehow the enemy misses me. And this is usually what happens here in stage 5, like with like 2 lives in stock, 1 life in stock, and then I get clipped by something, and then it's like, okay, fine. Okay, we have still 2 bombs in stock, looking good. These enemies, not that bad actually, you just hold still in the middle. And then usually I have to bomb to cross over because the beetle is on the opposite side there. Now it's the final rush. I've never done the final rush without bombing, like maybe it's possible, but it's too fast of a rush, and I'm gonna get got here. Suboptimal. I would like to, have the previous life with 0 bombs even, just so you play more freely. And this is the final boss. The final boss in this game is surprisingly easy. It's like the easiest final boss of any cave game I've played so far. Like this first pattern is just okay. Just dodge, and then it gets more and more dense. So I'm at the state of here. Okay, 4 bombs. We're gonna use all 4 bombs, and then we see what happens. And just waiting for the pattern to become a little bit more dense, and then bomb again. Now phase 2. Phase 2 is the hardest phase in this boss, I think. There's some macro dodging here, but after this macro dodging section, it's like a really hard pattern. I bombed early there. I should have dodged that and then bombed here. And since I don't have the bomb here, it's too hard to dodge. So the final pattern is really similar to last pattern, the last boss in Diojo, but easier, less dense, but faster. But here I have 3 bombs, so I'm like, just bomb off. That's fine. But this final pattern I managed to, no bomb it before. The second pattern, never. And that's it. That is Mushihimesama. Can't say I had too much fun with this game, to be honest, because as I said, the game was fast and easy to learn. Like, it took me, I would say, 2 days, maybe, setting up save states and repeating stuff. And after I learned the game, it was just like bonking my head against the wall until it got to clear. Because, like, I would go and, for example, let's say I die in like stage 3 boss. Okay, so let's practice the stage 3 boss. I go back, I load the save state, and like practicing, right? Okay, I got this. Like, I learned the stage 3 boss. Let's do this. So I start another run and get to the stage 3 boss. I know what's gonna happen, but the thing is that it happens so fast that I can't react. It's very different to Diojo, for example, like stage 3 boss, stage 4 boss. I knew what was gonna happen, and the practice actually paid off, because when I got there in runs, I was like, okay, I do this, I do that, I do the other, fine, everything is under control. And over here, not so much. But yeah, maybe it's Maniac or Mania mode, right? Is better. I know that the bullet density is higher. This game got into a point where I was like, you know what? I learned the original mode. I'm gonna beat the original mode no matter what. Maybe I should have pivoted to Mania mode. Not sure. In terms of the next games, I already know I'm gonna do Dodonpachi Dai Fukatsu next. I've done some credit feeds in there. I know that the stage 5 circular laser thingy, I thought that was kind of lame. But otherwise, the game seems cool. And after that, I'm thinking Futari. Not sure. This is kind of like the current plan is doing. And yeah, that's it. So the plan right now is doing Daifukatsu and then Futari. And then not sure if I go to S-Braid or if I do Pro Gear. I want to do Pro Gear and Death Smiles like back to back, because I have to use the other, like the horizontal CRT. And my Mister is connected to the vertical CRT, so I'm doing all the Tate games first. But then maybe I'll do Pro Gear and Death Smiles, not necessarily in that order. Then, and once, I think this is what I got in mind, and then I'm going to go Katsui. Maybe I do Garega first. I'm not sure. I'm really scared of Katsui, to be honest with you. It seems to be like one of those things where I just start like, oh, this game is really fun. Let me try learning it. And it's like, oh, this is impossible. So we'll see. A bit intimidated. But yeah, otherwise, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Cheers.